my name is Dr. Leha Anak Saliman from School of Business. Today I want to share some advice on how to study effectively for exam. The SPM examination is one of the most important exams that you will take in your life, so you should take it seriously. Remember, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Preparing for exam, give yourself the best chance with these 5 tips from me. Firstly, get started. Start your revision early. The key thing to remember is to take baby steps. Focus on one session first instead of looking at the big picture. Remember, last-minute cramming is much less productive. So number 2, time. Organize your study time. Plan your revisions to ensure that you use your time to best advantage. Prepare your study timetable. And for number 3, revision strategy and memory technique. Try different exercise and techniques, such as doing the practice questions, drawing the mind mapping, or other summary diagram, or organizing a discussion group with some friends to consider a particular issue or area. And for number 4, study lifestyle and mental health, which means that you need to look after yourself during the study. You will be able to work better if you eat a healthy diet and get a plenty of sleep. It's also a good idea if you take a regular exercise when you are studying. And for number 5, the last one, take a regular break. This break will allow you to refresh your mind and improve your creativity, as well helping you to maintain your attention and regain your motivation. In summary, I believe that with a consistent study routine implemented with the proper strategy and technique, you can achieve the grade that you want. Preparing for success means that you have a proper plan. You also can reduce the stress by preparing well before the SPM exam. So success is the sum of the small effort repeated day in and day out. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right, students, okay, teachers, parents, okay, with us this morning, a very good morning to you all. Greetings to every one of you, okay. Selamat pagi and salam sejahtera kepada yang dihormati Encik Lai Kian Hua, okay. Penceramah kita pada hari ini, dapat dengar kah? Okay. Can you hear my voice?
Can.
Loud and
Yes.
clear.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Cikgu Lai. Okay, all the way from Sibu, right? SMK Luar Bandar Sibu. Okay. Pengetua-pengetua sekolah, guru-guru dan pelajar-pelajar sekalian. Okay. I am Lina Tan. Okay. From RIAMTEC here will be your moderator of the day. Okay. Right, before we proceed, let me introduce to you, okay, our Encik Lai, our beloved teachers here in the online, okay, in the online room, okay. So he is the head of mathematics subject, okay, teaching mathematics subject in SMK Luar Bandar Singapore, number 1, okay. He is also, okay, examiner in SPM Mathematics Paper 2, okay, proven abilities, whereas students achieve a 100%, wow, okay, 100% pass in SPM Mathematics, okay, yeah, he always strive very hard, he always try a lot of efforts, a lot of ways, okay, to teach the students, especially his students, okay, because you know lah, right now the students, you can't use the traditional way, or maybe because we have technology right now, and then the students human, the characteristic, the personality, also it couldn't be like every time is the same. Okay, thanks to thank you, okay, to our Cikgu line here, okay, while with us this morning, right? So terima kasih atas penyertaan para hadirin, okay, ke bengkel ulang kaji SPM e-books, okay, matematik, okay, pada hari ini anjuran RIAMTEC bersama Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Miri. Okay, I would like to extend a very warm welcome once again to all of you here. Okay, we appreciate you taking time off, okay, your busy schedules to join us today. Okay, for those of you, if you can't join us, okay, we will still put this live video, okay, in our RIAMTEC YouTube channel. So feel free to ask your relatives, your friends, come and watch back, or you yourself, if you want to watch back again, yes, okay, you can watch back. Okay, right. Okay, so are you ready, students? Okay, I'm sure you are ready already. Because when I log in to this Zoom room, okay, I saw a lot of you queuing up since 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock. Very good. Okay, so if you have any questions, okay, please type it at the chat box there, or you can wait until the Q&A session. All right, or you just type at the chat box better. All right, okay. So and now it is my greatest pleasure that, okay, I would like to invite, okay, Cikgu Lai, right, for continuous his session. I would like to pass the floor, all right, untuk meneruskan dengan bengkel ulang kaji SPM e-books Mathematics begins now, right? Okay, let me stop my PowerPoint first. Okay. Hi, Cikgu Lai.
Hello.
Sorry for waiting. This is the first session and in the morning, because usually we are doing in the afternoon.
Okay. Actually, I prefer in the afternoon lah. But Dr. Ma is taking the afternoon section, so I leave it to him lah.
Yes. Thank you so much. But I very scared. Don't have any question. I mean, like students wake up so early. Then when I log in, a lot of students queuing up and want to go in already. Wow, early bird.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, over to you. Right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Miss Lina. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you for the introduction. There are a little bit of mistake there. I'm never a head of mathematics subject throughout my life. I never be the head of mathematics subject. I only a mathematics teachers. I never handling the mathematics departments for any of the school that I have served lah. So the 100% passing rate also I obtained it from my previous school. Now I'm in my new school, SMK Luar Bandar Nombor 1 Sibu. So I haven't have any result there yet lah, because I just joined the school last May. Okay, so this will be my first SPM for SMK Luar Bandar Sibu lah. So thank you for the introduction. I think I'm so worried that the introduction will be better than my content later on. That is my only worry lah. Okay, now let me share my screen. After I share my screen, you won't be able to see my face already lah. Now for you who want to see my face, you see properly now. Just a joke.
Can in Zoom, right? We still can see your face. So yes, it's at the top right corner there. Yeah, we still can see you. Yeah, so cannot correct hidung, no?
So I have to behave lah, kan? I have to behave myself. Okay.
Yes, unlike Google Meet. Google Meet is you really cannot see your face.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Only can see the screen.
Okay, thank you for the information. Very useful. I share my screen now. Okay. Okay, this one is the my screen. If you can see my screen, can you let me know?
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Okay. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you for giving me the chance to share a little bit of mathematics here. Okay, before I start into the mathematic things, I want to give you a few thoughts. Okay, as a students, how are you going to behave yourself and carry yourself in preparations to sit for your SPM? Okay, because I think this thought is not only meaningful for you, it's also very meaningful for myself. Because when I transfer from Penampang, Sabah, back to Cebu, I experienced shock for myself because I see that how to help the students that I just encounter newly when they're already in Form 5. Okay, with I don't know about them, they don't know about me, how to prepare them so that they can go for their SPM, and with very how to say, I don't know how are their basic, and how their attitude and approach toward mathematics, and that is a very big challenge for me lah. So when I first take over, because my passion of teaching normally is for the moderate and weaker students, so I always instill this thought into their heads about mathematics. And the thought here is summarized in this very sentence. They said, even though this thought is not about studying, it's about war, but I can see some relationship between this thought with the study of mathematics. Okay, they said victorious warrior win first, then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. Normally, when students go and sit for mathematics exam, they will go into the exam hall, then they will flip the question paper from page 1 until the last page, and they start to think, which question I can answer. If this is the type of thoughts that you are having for your maths subject and for your SPM, that we already can see you won't have a very good result. Okay, whereas the people who already have things in their head, they already know what they are going to do when they go for SPM exam. Once before they open the exam papers, they already have anticipations, right? For example, I want to answer graph questions. I want to answer probability questions. I want to answer matrix questions. When students, they have thoughts like this, normally they will do better in the exam. So this is a sentence that you're going to think over in this 6-week times before SPM start. Okay. So another thing is, normally we can see a difference of attentions to the paper in front of you when you are doing your exercise and when you are doing your exam. Normally you spend more times on reading the questions in the exam hall, right? Compared to when you are doing practice at home. Actually, when you are doing the practice at home, you have to imagine that you are sitting for your exam. Okay. Because if you don't practice like the exam, you don't practice like you are sitting for the exam, then how you can perform well in the exam room is you cannot separate practice and the real exam. Okay. When you are doing your practice, you have to imagine that you are sitting for your exam, right? So you have to read the questions properly, because reading is part of the process of answering the questions. Normally, when I ask my student, what they said they don't understand about the questions, then I will ask them, what is the things that you don't understand? If you cannot tell me what is the things that you do not understand from the questions, then how am I going to give you the contents that you don't know, kan? Then very hard for the teachers to help you lah if you don't spend time on reading the question. And I always tell my student, you don't think that doing homework is taking out your pen and you write something. Sometimes when you are not writing anything, you are still doing your homework, because when you spend time to read the questions, it's part of the exercise, right? Okay. Because I'm talking to myself, so it's a bit hard lah. I'm trying to get used to this. Okay, now next. The second thought will be, what is excellent? Okay, normally people think about excellent, they think about, oh, I'm going to do extraordinary things. I'm going to do bombastic things. Actually, excellent is not like that. Okay. The first time I encountered this sentence is in a public toilet. I don't know who stick these things in the public toilet until I can go and read about this sentence. I told you, I read about this sentence in a public toilet. In a public toilet. Okay. The sentence sound like this. Excellence is not about doing bombastic things. Excellence is doing ordinary things extraordinary well. If you want to score in your SPM exam, you are not going to target all the tough questions, the hard questions. You want to answer all the hard questions, the heavy questions, you want to answer it. That is not entirely wrong. But you don't forget about the simple questions that you should score. Okay? You should score the basic questions, the simple questions, the straightforward questions. Those marks, you need to score those marks before you score the tough questions mark. All right? I think this is the things that you need to pay a bit of attention. Excellent is doing ordinary things, extraordinary well. All right. Now, I'm going to give you 3 areas where you're going to focus in paper 2. Of course, you need to focus on different topics also, but due to the time constraint here, I'm going to tell you these 3 topics you need to pay extra effort. And I'm telling you this not just to tell you. This is the things that I do for my student also. Okay, moderate student, good student, and weaker students. We do all this. Okay. If you look at the pictures at the side there, you see that I put the pictures there and they said mindful or mindful. So this is related to the first 2 quote. The first 2 quote. Victorious warrior win first, then they go to war means. You need to know what you are going to pay attention. What are you going to pay attention? What are you going to do when you're entering the exam hall? And then the next one, excellent is doing ordinary things extraordinary well. For these simple topics, although it is very simple, but from my experience of marking the SPM paper, we see that not many students they score these simple questions, and yet these questions give you plenty of mark in the paper 2, especially the news topic measurements of dispersion. You cannot have a mind full of stuff and you are not good, you are not excellent in one of them, even one of them. It is better that you are very good in something rather than you just be ordinary in everything. That doesn't give you very good marks. Okay, if you can start somewhere small, and be good at it, then it will give you confidence of moving forward. For example, when you are doing model paper, when you are doing model set, like every time you get the model set, you can do the measure of dispersion well. You can do the graph of motion well. You can do the matrices well. Then you have confidence to venture into other questions such as set graph of function consumer mathematics, things like that. So you have to start somewhere. Okay. Today, I'm telling you where to start. All right. Okay, number one, we go to the first question. Okay, when we talk about measure of dispersion, okay, there are some tough questions. At the same time, there are some very straightforward questions. If we look into the model paper, we see that some of the questions, they are very straightforward. And yet, when students are doing the practice, we notice that some of the students, they can't even answer these very straightforward questions. When we ask them, why you cannot do these questions? Oh, teacher, we don't know about the formula. We don't know about the formula. Then I asked them, did you read the formula in front of the papers? Oh, they said they don't realize there are formula there. So first of all, you need to know that there is a formula sheet in front of the question papers. You need to at least go through it once so that you don't miss out on the formula. Because in our past experience, the student, when they are doing practices in the classroom, they can answer this question very well. But when in exam, they don't answer the questions. Then when I ask them, hey, why you don't answer this question? In practice, you can do it very well, ma. Then they said, Cikgu, saya lupa tentang formula dia. Oh, I tell you, when I point out the formula to them, which is in front of the exam paper, they also feel like, why I cannot answer this one? Do you have that experience before? I think some of you have that experience before, that the formula is there, but you don't realize it. So now, okay, these few years, the reason here, I will always ask my student, come, we read the formula first before we start to do the question paper, so that they know some of the tough formula is given to them. Okay, they can just grab it in front and then they use it. So that is part of it. The second part of it is whether you can use the formula or not. You can use the formula or not. Now, today, I'm going to teach you how to use very simple formula. For this measure of dispersion, if these two questions come out, if these few questions come out, if you didn't score it, forget about A+ lah, for good student. And for moderate students, if you don't score these simple questions, how you can become moderate student? You will drop from the moderate student into the poor zone. Okay. For the poor student, if for this simple question you cannot answer, you will drop from poor to fail. You understand the consequences or not? Even though this question look very straightforward and simple, but you have to pay detailed attention to it. Okay, first of all, okay, you learn about mean. Okay, you have two types of mean. One mean is ungrouped. Okay, when you see the data has no F. No F means no frequency. No frequency, then the data is ungrouped. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. How many data are there? If you count is 10 data, then the N is 10. But for group data, you will have the column of frequency. Same go to variance. Variance, normally I will ask my student to use this formula. Okay, forget about this one. This one is slightly tougher. This one is easier. Okay, for the poorer student, when you look at this formula, come on lah, cikgu, ini bahasa dari angkasa lepas macam mana kita mau belajar ni? Okay, apa benda yang macam E itu? This one is sum. Okay, total up. The meaning of total up lah. N is you count how many data is there. And for this one, actually this formula, we can change it a bit lah. I change this formula for my students so that they can use it better. We talk about sum of x squared over the number of data, then minus. And the one is mean. Mean, we talk about sum of x divided by the number of data squared. This formula is easier for poor student. Next one, I also recommend this formula rather than this one. It's not to say this one is less useful, but for those who cannot handle formula well, I recommend them to use this one. So we're going to have summations of fx squared sum of f, then minus the mean, right? Mean, you can see it from here. This is the mean, the sum of fx divided by sum of f squared, okay? Then this standard deviation formula is basically useless. Why I said the standard deviations formula is not that useful? Because once you get the variance, this is what I tell my student. I don't make this up for this talk. What I tell you today is what I do in the classroom. So actually, we don't need the standard deviation formula. Sisihan piawai punya formula, kita tidak perlu. Kita hanya perlukan formula variance. Sebab the standard deviation, as you can see from the symbol, this is standard deviation. And then this one is variance. Standard deviations and variance, do you see the relationship? They have the same formula. They have the same symbol. The only difference is variance have square, standard deviations have no square. So that implies that the square root of variance, you get standard deviation. So you don't need to remember and you don't need to understand the formula of standard deviation. Okay, so I think that one is the first input that I give it to you today. Number one, you need to know this formula is given to you in front of the question papers. And every time, not every time, before the exam even started, you have to take out your question paper and at least you spend like half an hour there. I think now you have a lot of half an hours before the SPM. In the SPM, you don't have a lot of half an hours. Now you have a lot of half an hours. So you spend one of your half an hours. You sit down and you go through the formula. Even though you don't understand about it, okay? You just sit down and go through and pay attention what formula is there and what formula is not there. So that you know what formula you're going to memorize before you go to exam and what formula you can just grab it in front and make sure that you know how to manipulate them like this, okay? You need to know how to manipulate the formula. You cannot use it blindly. If you use it blindly, like this one, hey, what is this? How to use? If you can manipulate it and you know that mean actually is sum of x divided by n, and it will be easier for you. Okay, spend times there. That is my advice for you. Other than this, knowing your formula, you also need to bear in mind that if I'm telling you pay attention to these two questions, doesn't mean the other question doesn't come out. During my discussions with my mentor and also my counterpart, like my teachers, the teachers who mentor me, some of the ex-principal, ex-colleague, they tell me, "Oi, you have to pay attention to all these things also. You have to pay attention to all these things also. Student, you need to know how to draw an ogive. You need to know how to draw an histogram. You need to know how to draw a frequency polygon because it is impossible." We say like this, it is impossible in SPM. There is no graph questions. Either it is a graph of function questions or it will be a graph of statistic. Okay, either it is an ogive, histogram, or frequency polygon. But at the same time, you cannot forget about what is line graph, what is bar chart, what is box plot, what is stem and leaf type of statistic display. Okay, you need to know about all these things. So today, we're not going to go into all these things. I just let you know, have to go and know about this, how to draw a line graph and what is the difference between line graph and frequency polygon. They look very similar. But they are different. How to draw a bar chart and how to draw a histogram. They look very similar and they are different. How to draw a box plot, how to draw a stem and leaf, and how to draw an ogive. Okay. Next, we look into the example questions that I encountered during my practice with my students. Okay, first, you look at this question. This one is the section B questions. paper 2, section B questions. It is around 9, 8, 9, 10 marks like that. Section B questions can be 8 marks, can be 9 marks, can be 10 marks. Okay. So here, this question is very straightforward, but yet some of the students, they cannot answer question like this because they say, Cikgu, lupa. Okay. If this thing lupa, then what hops we are talking about lah? We are not talking about hop lah here. We are talking about jog lah. If this question come out in SPM, you tell me, Cikgu, lupa. Sekian terima kasih, I said. So, julat. How to find julat? Julat is the maximum value minus the minimum value. Kan? So, in the classroom, we find out this very interesting way of finding the maximum and minimum value. It might work for some of you, lah, but some of you, you will feel like, Cikgu, childish, that one. I don't want to listen to that. Yeah, welcome. So first, is how to find maximum value. Okay, you know that human being is born to do mistake. Human is equal to mistake. I told you this one, including myself lah. I'm not saying this because of you. Human being is mistake. No, we are all human beings. We all make mistake. Okay, if I make mistake, you forgive me lah kan? Itu dia punya isti tersirat. So how are we going to train ourselves to overcome this mistake? Okay, if we deny we can do mistake, then we have no hope lah. We have to how to say that lah? We have to tell everybody lah, we made mistake. So what? But I have way to overcome my mistake. Oh, that you have to bear in mind, right? You see, how to find maximum value? If you are a very careless person, if you are given this table, you might say, "Hey, Cikgu, maximum 28. Apa minimum? Minimum, you see, you say, oh, minimum is, all right. So you say this one is max, this one is min, right? I think some of you is laughing over there already lah. Laughing over there in front of your own screen. Kan? You laugh, hey, Cikgu, 28 is not the maximum lah. Purposely lah, I purposely said 28 is the maximum. Then when you choose 28 as the maximum on the first side, you say 28 is the maximum. Then make sure you try again. You try again and you look, is there any number bigger than 28 or not? You do second scanning. 28. Oh, yo, 29, oh, is bigger than 28. Oh. Then 28 must not be the max lah. So now the maximum is 29 already. Then make sure when you do the correction again, you scan again. Is there anything bigger than 29? You do second scanning. No, then this one is, okay, memang 29 is the maximum lah. So now we go to the minimum, 6. You say 6 is the minimum on the first side, okay? First love, minimum, 6. Then make sure you spend second time, you look into the data again. Is there anything smaller than 6? 6. Oh, don't have. Jadilah, 6 is the minimum. Then the maximum is 29, the minimum is 6. So you got that? The range will be 23. Remember the process? Okay. I'm not teaching you about range. I know you know about range, but I'm telling you how to avoid mistake. Okay. If this question, you say 1 mark only, throw lah, never mind. How many 1 mark you can throw? 100. You can throw 101 mark. If you throw 101 mark, you get 0 already. All right. So spend times on avoiding mistake. Second, how to find interquartile range. Interquartile range, for this ungrouped data, you need to arrange it from the minimum to the maximum. Now the good news is you already know the minimum, and you already know the maximum, 29. Okay, 6 and 29 is gone. Okay, What is the number after 6? 6 is 7, kan? After 6 is 7. So you go to 7, you find how many 7? Or 1. Then after that, after 7 is add. How many add is there? 2. So you say add. Like this lah. You have to arrange until the maximum value. Then after add is 9. Then after 9 is 10. Spend time carefully 10. And then 13. How many? 10, 11, 12. 12. 13. Okay. And then 13, 14, 14. 14. Then 16. How many 16? 1, 2, 3. 14, 15, 16. Is there any 17? Yeah, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22. Then 25. 27. 28, 29. 28, 29. Here, after you arrange, make sure you see that there are 18 data there. Kan? 18 students means 18 data lah. You need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. Now, how to find interquartile range? Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Okay, how to find Q3 and Q1? Before we find Q3 and Q1, we need to find Q2 first. Okay, this Q also apply for ogive. Okay, later on when you do ogive, you also will encounter what is Q3 and Q1. Then your mindset, you have to set, now we are talking about ungrouped data. The Q3, Q1 is like this. When we talk about group data, ogive, we will encounter another interquartile range. Then what is our approach? So this is what I'm talking about, mindfulness. Okay, mindfulness means you need to put useful things into your brain so that when you go to SPM exam, you can anticipate, if this question come up, what I'm going to do. If that question come up, what I'm going to do, right? So that one is another part lah. Today, I just exposed a bit to you. So how to find the median first, the middle, Q2. So we do like kindergarten lah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, you cannot have 3. Oh, then you have to erase. Okay, you have to erase. Then you have to take 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this one is the middle. No partner already. This one is 2. Now you count how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, sorry. I think I make some mistake there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So this one, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This one is the middle. Middle, Q2. All right. Then how many numbers is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So what we do? We want to find what is in the middle. How to find what is in the middle? We do the same thing like kindergarten. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So this one is the Q1. It is in the middle. No partner already. So next, the other part, we also do the same. We want to find the middle numbers. So we just cut lah. In front, we cut 2. At the back, we cut 2. In front, we cut 2. At the back, we cut 2. Then this number stand alone in the middle. So it is Q3. Okay. From the first numbers until Q2, we can find Q1 in the middle. Where to find Q3? Q3 is from the Q2 until the last number. There we find Q3. So when we have Q3 and Q1, quartile 1 and quartile 3, first quartile and third quartile, so we will have 22 minus 9. 22 minus 9, we're going to have 13. All right. Okay. Now, the next thing, variance. Okay. Are you following? It is not about you can get the result or not. Here, I'm telling you a lot of methods how you're going to avoid mistake. Okay, now, next, when we want to do variance, when we want to do variance, first of all, we need to know what is the formula lah. My Apple pen doesn't work well. Okay, now, like this. Variance. Do you see any tables with the frequency or not? No frequency, kan? When you don't see any frequency, means there is no F. When there is no F, we're not going to activate any formula with the F word, okay? If there is no frequency table involved in our questions, so we only can work with the N, okay? We only can work with the N. So now, what is the N here? N. N means numbers of data, okay? Numbers of data. Here, how many data we have? We have 18. If we have 18 students, means we have 18 data lah. Just now we also count already. Okay, we have 18 data. But this one is a counter check method lah. The way that you check whether what you say is correct or not. Now, variance. Variance is sum of x squared divided by numbers of data and minus sum of x divided by n. So here, if the formula doesn't make any sense to you, then you cannot answer this question lah. Okay, you cannot answer this question. So this formula need to make sense to you. What is the x? X is data. X is data. All these numbers here is data. This one is x, this one is x, this one is x, this one is x. So what does it mean by sum of x squared? Sum of x squared is you're going to total up, okay? All the data, you square them, then you total it up. So it is 8 squared plus 9 squared plus 29 squared plus 12 squared plus 7 squared. Then you go and sum it up lah, until the end, 16 squared. Okay, this one is what we call as sum of x squared. All right. Then they said divide by n. Divide by n. How many data is there? Oh, the data is 18. So here you're going to divide by 18. Once you do this thing, you are getting sum of x squared divided by n. That is how you go and interact with the formula. Now, next one. What does it mean by sum of x divided by n? What is x? All this data is x. So you don't tell me, ayah cikgu, ini alien ini, saya tidak boleh faham apa ini. Benda macam E itu x dan lepas itu divide by n. This is what I'm telling you from my experience of teaching the very last class. They are so outspoken, and yet they want to learn. All right, they want to learn. Then I have to find a way to explain to them. So the things here is actually sum. Sum means total up. Okay, we total up all the x. How to do total up of all the x? We just total up lah. 8 plus 9 plus 29, you plus every one of them until the last number, 16. Sum of x divided by n. So how many data is there? 18 data. Then divide by 18. Then you get the sum of x over n. Then after that, you just substitute all the value into the formula. Then you will get what is variance. Okay, so I leave that one to you by yourself. Then you go and do it. Now, how to find the standard deviations? Just now I told you, okay? Standard deviation, you don't need the formula. Kan? I told you standard deviation, you don't need the formula because we don't want to have a mindful, okay? We don't want to be mindful. We don't need to fill our mind with everything that is not necessary. We don't want this one. You see that the question already give you variance. So you already have the answer here. What is variance? And you know, standard deviations is the square root of variance. Okay? Standard deviations is the square root of variance. So you just use the answer here and you square root it, you get the standard deviation. That is how I teach my student how to carry themselves and approach this type of questions so that they are not burdened by too many formula. Okay? So I think that one is the first questions that I want to give you. Now we go to the second question. If you have any question, you just let me know. Then I can explain to you. So next one. Next question. These questions is a bit tough. It's a bit tougher than the previous question because you need to think a little bit. The question tell you there are 5 days. 5 days. Monday until Sunday. They said, this is the numbers of phone call. Okay, phone calls. So Monday you have 2 phone call. Tuesday you have 1 phone call until Sunday. That is the numbers of phone call there. Then they said the mode of the data is Saturday. The mode of the data is Saturday. Then the first thing that you need to have in mind, what is mode? If you don't know what is mode, then how to answer this question? If they said the mode is Saturday, the mode is Saturday means Saturday has the highest frequency. If they said mode is Saturday, this one is English. Now, what is the mathematic behind this English? The mathematic behind this English, if they tell you the mode is Saturday, means Saturday has the highest frequency. This one is English. This one is mathematic. When we are doing practice for mathematic questions, we have to relate the language into mathematic ideas. Okay? If they said the mode is Saturday, come on lah, cikgu. Apa itu mode is Saturday? Then the mathematic behind this English is the mode is Saturday. Saturday has the highest frequency. That is the things is you practice lah. When you do practice, you practice this type of things. Okay, interpreting the things that you read into the informations that you can use to solve mathematic problem. So if Saturday has the highest frequency, means it has the highest frequency lah. Now you go and look at the data again. 2, 1, 3, 5, 5, 10. Is that 10 belong to Saturday? No, the 10 belong to Sunday. Now Sunday seems to be the mode, kan? Because Sunday is 10. Saturday is not 10, kan? Sunday has the highest frequency, then Sunday is the mode. But no, the question tell you, Saturday is the mode. Mean Saturday need to be higher than the Sunday. So what is the next number that is bigger than 10? 11. This is what we call, this is what I tell my student, interpreting the questions. You need to read until you be able to interpret the question. Same go to probability questions. Okay, probability questions is not hard. It is hard because you don't read enough the question. If you have read enough the questions, the reading become a pictures already, then the questions become simple already. Okay, so now let's go into this question. I think I'm talking too much. The time passed very fast. So here is 11. 11 means x minus 2 equals to 11. When you can write like this, you get 1 mark already. You get 1 mark already. So what is x? What is x? You don't have to count. You don't have to count by hand. If you want to count by hand, go ahead lah. Now I'm telling you, there is a way of using calculator to count. X minus 2 equals to 11. Then maybe later on you can apply in your calculations of other things. You see, it said x minus 2 equals to 11. Some students, they stop here. They don't know how to count x minus 2 equals to 11. For those who know how to count, simple lah, 13 lah kan, 13, cikgu, 13, apa mau susah-susah. But that is for you. For some of the students, they cannot lah. Now, I'm giving you good news. The question like this, you don't have to count. You just have to write and then you use calculator. You press shift, calculate twice. Then the calculator will give you x is 13. So here, calculator give you x equals to 13. So you know that x is 13. It's not Saturday is 13. The x is 13. Saturday is 11. All right. So this piece of skill, you can use it in paper 1. Because paper 1, you have a lot of algebraic questions, algebraic equation that come with only one unknown, okay, in linear form lah. Then you can use calculator to solve it. Later on, if we have enough time, I will show it to you lah, how to use calculator to solve all those bonus questions, okay. When you see that question, means they want to give you bonus lah. Then next, how to find mean. Okay, now, how many days is here? Here you have 7 days. You have 7 days. 7 days mean your n is 7. You have 7 days means you have 7 data. This is very important. Hence, calculate the means of the voice call done by Anna. Anna do voice call based on daily basis. So you count Monday, how many calls, Tuesday, how many calls. So you have 7 days. So the idea is you sum up the 7 days and divide by 7 days. So it's 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus until the last day, then divide by 7. That is the mean of call done by Anna, right? So the next one, you see, inside this question, even though it is a paper 2 question, section B, this one, section B. What question come out here? They ask you to do a line graph, kan? They ask you to do a line graph, graph garis. They ask you to do a graph garis, okay? Line graph. What question is this? This one is PT3 question. Means Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 questions. When you are preparing for your SPM, you have to bear in mind that you don't have PT3. When you don't have PT3, what you learn from Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 haven't been tested yet. All right? Kamu belum diuji dari Form 1 sampai ke Form 3. So, your SPM, you have to think, oh yeah, Form 3 must come out lah, this one. So here, you have Monday. Monday, you have 2. So you just plot it here, 2. Later on, I will give out this slide lah in the Telegram group later. If you want to refer, you refer lah. Tuesday 1 and then Wednesday 3. Thursday 5. Friday 5. Saturday 11. Not 13. The 13 is the XOR. So this one is 10. Okay. Sunday is 10. Then we got one student ask me, Cikgu, pakai pembaris kah? Come on lah, graph garis lah. Graph garis mesti pembaris lah. This one is not graph of function lah. If graph of function, freehand and curve ruler. But this one is graph garis. Dia sudah bagi tahu garis. Tolonglah, garis. Use pembaris lah. You use the ruler to draw a straight line. Like this. This one you call it as line graph. Okay, line graph look very similar with frequency polygon. So from your study, in your study, during your preparation, you have to differentiate what is line graph and frequency polygon because they look very similar. Okay, if you draw line graph or frequency polygon, not gone case lah. I'm not going to skate you here lah. Kamu masih dapat markah, tapi markah sikit-sikit lah. Okay, you just get a little bit of marks. You won't get entirely zero lah. You don't worry if your scale is correct lah. Okay, next one. You see here? They said, I give you a little bit of time. They said, the times that been spent on each core. Okay. So they ask you to use this data to complete the tables at the answer space lah. Then from there, I will teach you how to apply another formula. Okay, they ask you to calculate standard deviation and the variance. Okay, we go here. Now, midpoint, x. How to find midpoint? Midpoint, very simple. You just take the minimum value and you plus the maximum value and you divide by 2. Okay, for this part, I'm going to advise you, please use your calculator. Confident is very good, but do not be overconfident. If you be overconfident, I have very good student. Last time, I have a class, almost straight A+. But few of them, they missed out A+ in SPM. When we trace back, it's because they do simple mistake for simple questions, such as this one. Okay, if you feel like too confident, you have to cool down. You have to take a deep breath and then cool down, do it slowly. If some of the students, they say, 1 + 3, no need to use calculator lah. I know what is the answer. When this thought come to mind, you have to be extra careful. You do not be extra overconfident. You use your calculator in exam. All right. So 1 + 3 divided by 2 is 2. That is how you get your midpoint lah. And then this one is 5. This one is 8. And then this one is 11. This one is 14. Now, student ask me, okay, cikgu, standard deviations, variance. Formula dia gila. Variance punya formula is summation of fx square divided by summation of f minus the mean again. What is mean? Summation of fx divided by summation f square. Some of the student, you look at this formula, you are gone already. Okay. Not because you don't know how to do. You've been scared off by the formula. Now, if you are that category of student, I'm going to tell you, this formula is very simple, very simple. Later on, I tell you. If you see frequency, you need to have this sickness, Kamu perlu ada penyakit ini. When you see frequency, you have to write F. Every time you see a frequency in a table, you just write F. If you don't write F, then later on you have problem. Hey, teacher, fx apa itu fx apa itu fx square apa itu summation of fx all this problem come because some of the students, they don't label the graph properly. When they label the graph properly, they can see the relationship very clear. And some of them tell me, fx is, the first fx is 7. They go and plus the f and x. If you look at here, this one is not f plus x, okay? This one is fx. Fx means multiply lah. You multiply f and x. Susah meh? F times x, is it difficult? No, you just use calculator and multiply. 2 multiply, 5 multiply 2, 10. Then this one is 10. 24. And this one is 44. This one is 14. Now the problem is, teacher, very simple. Fx very simple. Fx square how? They even ask me question like that. They say, fx square how? So the question go back to the student. What is fx square? Fx square mean f multiply with x square. Okay, f multiply with x square. So where is x square? Come on, cikgu. Cakap saja fx square senang. Mana x square? So if you don't have x square, you create x square. For those who are slower lah. I know some of you, kamu fikir, cikgu tak payah. Yeah, I agree with you. No need to have this column. But if you feel like need, you go and do it lah. When you want to add anything, make sure you separate the column properly lah. You can write everything as long as you label it and then you separate it properly lah. What I show you here is what you can do in SPM. You can do like this in SPM. You don't worry. Fx square. So you need to have x square lah kan? What is x square? X square is x square. What is your x? Your x is 2. So this one is 2 square. 2 square is 4 lah. So we go to 4. What is the next x? The next x is 5. So the next x square will be 25. Then you will have 64. 121. And then 14 square is 196. 196 kan? Then now you have your x square already. So is it difficult for you to get fx square? It is not difficult for you to get fx square. So you just multiply the f with the x square. Then you're going to have 20. Of course, I know some of you, you will think like, teacher, we don't need to do like this lah. I agree with you. There are other ways of doing this. But for them who cannot see the formula, they need this, all right? For those who think this one is not related to you, you can stick with your own method lah. I know you do f times x like that, you get fx square. But for some of you, you feel like, you cannot see. If you cannot see, you cannot do lah. Now I help you to be able to see. Okay, when you can see, you can do lah. So fx square is f times x square. 2 times 25, 50. And then you're going to have 3 times 64. You're going to have 192. Then you're going to have 4 times 121, 121 times 4. Then you're going to have 4 at 4. Then the next one is 196. Here, we already created the column for f. We already created the column for fx. Then we already successfully created the column for fx squared. The rest is heaven already lah. This one is heaven already. So you see all this symbol, okay, like the mirror image. I don't know what is this lah. Something like M ka, something like E ka, like that. We call this sum. Sum mean we sum out the whole column lah. F. We sum out 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1, 15, like that. All right. And then you go and plus out all the fx. So you're going to have summation of fx. All right. So it's 10 plus 10 plus 24 plus 44 plus 14. Then this one is 102. Then sums go to the summation of fx squared. You just sum out everything, then you get the answer. Then after that, What left is you just put the value into the formula and you get the variance. This one is variance, variance. After you get the variance, you just factorize it, not factorize, you just square root it, then you get the standard deviations. All right. So I think that this part will help some of you to feel a bit relief lah. This formula is not that tough. You can practice on this. And I strongly recommend that you practice on these standard deviations and variance if the question is very straightforward lah. All right. I think we take 2-minute toilet break. Lina, back to you.
Okay. All right, students. Okay, thank you, Cikgu Lai. Okay, yeah, toilet break. Okay, we play a short video. Okay, because we have invited one of our bachelor honors of business degree students. Okay. Dengar ya ni I'm not too sure what you are saying. All right, maybe it's the short form, right? Let me show you a video, all right? And then we let Cikgu Lai to take a deep breath and then to drink water first, okay? For those of you, if you want to run to the toilet, you can run to the toilet, and please make sure to come back, okay? Quickly come back, all right? Okay, for those students who are still with us here, okay, let us watch a video, okay, to refresh ourselves, right?
Hello everyone, I'm Kian from RIAMTEC, taking up UOW-KU's Bachelor of Business degree. My warmest greetings to all SPMers. I know it has been especially hard for all of you ever since the pandemic started and being the first batch to go through a change of format. Despite all the hardships you all faced, I just want to say, hang in there, don't lose hope, there is still time, believe in yourself and trust that all the hard work, struggles and sleepless nights will pay off. So here, I would love to share some word of advice for all of you who are going to sit for your SPM real soon. First of all, have proper time management. Manage your time well, have a study plan, and never study at the last minute, because that never works well, and you will regret not having to start earlier. Secondly, remember to not overwork yourself. Take a break in between your study sessions. Also, make sure that you are eating and sleeping well. Recharging your body and mind is just as important as studying. Having enough nutrition and rest helps you concentrate and prepare better amidst all the pressure from studying. Never underestimate a proper and balanced diet as well as a good rest, because that's what's keep you going in the long run. Last but not least is to think positive. It's easy to doubt yourself and feel anxious in the time running up to the exam. So keep calm, stay focused, and tell yourself that you've done all you can and that you are ready. You all made it this far and you only have a little more to go. So push yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. Make full use of the remaining time you have left and work hard until the end. Finally, I wish you all the best of luck in your SPM. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you. Hello everyone.
Okay, students. All right. Okay, just a fairly friendly reminder. Okay. Maybe some of you just joined us. Okay, and you missed my announcement just now. Okay, so I have shared with you the link. Okay, previously for the lucky draw session. Okay, so please make sure that you have already key in your details, or you have submitted your details, okay, so that you are entitled for this lucky draw session later. Okay, let me pause it again. Okay, so this is the link, right? So cepat-cepat ya pelajar-pelajar ataupun siapa yang dalam bilik ini, okay, Zoom, right? So kamu perlu pergi klik link ini, okay, supaya nanti kita ada cabutan bertuah. Okay, you are going to have 2 voucher, okay, kamu akan ambil 2 voucher, yaitu study voucher at RIAMTEC worth 200 ringgit, and another one you are going to get this voucher from Hot Cross Bun voucher. Okay, but you no need to go to Hot Cross Bun. The voucher is with me. Okay, it's with me right at RIAMTEC here. So if let's say you are outstation students, I mean like you are not in Miri, okay, so you just wait for us. We see how that we can send the voucher to you. Okay, or maybe we can keep it to you, and then when you are, because the Hot Cross Bun, I'm not too sure whether it's available at other places in Sarawak, okay, like for example Cebu or Bintulu, okay, then probably see maybe you have any friends or relative, okay, they are in Miri here, right? Then maybe you can belanja them lah, okay, you just ask them to come and on behalf of you come and collect the voucher. All right, the Hot Cross Bun voucher worth 20 ringgit. Okay, you can buy buns, or you want to buy cake, okay, or you want to buy anything, right? Okay, so we have 2 voucher, right? So collect from me. Okay, do you know who am I or not? Okay, I'm Madam Lina. Hi, Cikgu Lai. Okay, I am Madam Lina. You can call me Auntie Lina from RIAM Institute of Technology here. Who is Madam Lina? All right, let me introduce to you. I forgot to introduce to you, right? Who am I? Okay, all right, I'm the head of student recruitment and admission. Okay, this basically is like a student development affairs department here, right? So we always this department is like this. We will provide the further studies consultation, okay, and also we can provide the information about our course. Okay, apart from that, we will see what are the activities, I mean the to develop our students skills to okay, it's diversify your skills, okay, because we don't want our students always keep on just studying only. It's very boring. Okay, my son also told me study again so boring. Okay, so we need balance. We need to balance our our study life right now. Okay, is our aim is we want our students to learn both. Okay, apart from knowledge, okay, the most important ones, they need to get involved so that they can learn the skills. So we always help, I mean like we are seeking for the collaboration. We always seeking for the collaboration with the industry. Okay, we build very strong connection with the industry. So throughout the study here, our students, they have this opportunity to have this study field trip, or maybe they have to work part-time, okay, or they have to work to get some experience, okay, in the industry. Okay, right? Okay, so if you want to know more about our courses or our any training here, all right, more about us, okay, then you recognize me. Okay, if you happen to see me in the education fair, okay, don't feel shy, you can come and greet me. Okay, hi Auntie Lina, I saw you in ebooks actually. Okay, not just ebooks, I always try myself, okay, to become the MC, okay, because No one is perfect, okay? Apologize if I've done anything wrong or any mistake, okay? But I love mistake, just like Cikgu Lai mentioned just now, okay? Human equals to mistake. I totally agree, okay? Because when you fall down, I learned something, okay? Because why? Because very sakit ma, okay? All right? It's just a joke here, all right? Because you make a mistake, not just sakit only, but you really gain the experience, okay? Oh, I try to avoid this because I know that I have learned from the mistake, okay? So I try to avoid it, all right? Okay, students, welcome back. All right, just now some of the students, I know they run to the toilet because the number of the participants dropping down a bit. Now come back again. All right. Okay. So the commercial advertisement session is finished. Okay, it's ended. All right. I would like to pass the floor, okay, to our main speaker, our important speaker here, right? So students, are you ready? Sudah minum kopi, minum Milo, ataupun minum apa-apa to wake you up now? 起来了吗? Okay. Yes, I see a lot of you responding back to me. Yes, okay. Why not we give some reactions here? Okay, give a thumbs up. We need to give more, how to say, energy. We need to give power to Cikgu Lai. Not Cikgu Lai, just now I saw from, I hear from him. This is my first time. A lot of time he said, this is my first time talking to the whole Sarawak and Sabah here. Okay, in a very early in the morning just now. Okay, starting in at about 9:30. Am I? The students are there listening to me, or I'm just talking in front of the computer here? And then the Madam Lina not sure whether she also understand me or not, right? Yeah, okay, a big thumbs up to Cikgu Lai. Yeah, a lot of thumbs up from Amira. Okay, so great. Without further ado, okay, let's back to Cikgu Lai.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Lina. Okay, now we go to the second part of the talk. Actually, I very get used to talking to the screen already lah, due to the PKP. Okay, during the PKP, I always speak to the screen because some of my students, they cannot log into Google Meet. Kan? So I only can use Telegram to broadcast my video to them, and I just speak to the screen lah. Right now, it's okay. I get used to speaking to myself already. Thank you to COVID. Thank you, COVID. Okay, now, I think this one will be the hopefully the last one for this morning. And when I decided to teach this topic, initially when I decided to teach this topic in the school, in the school, then got some teachers come and reflect to me. They said, are you sure or not? Are you sure you want to teach this or not? Yeah, I said, very sure. Very sure I want to teach this one, okay? Because these questions is very straightforward questions. When you do enough of these questions, there are very little room for these questions to be twisted around. Very, not to say there are no room for these questions to be twisted around, but there are limitations for twisting there, okay? If people want to twist this question around also, not that easy, okay? Let's see, graph of motion. And later on, I have one good news for you about this graph of motion questions. We also can use the calculator to help us. We just have to form the equations, then the rest we use calculators. First of all, when we come to the questions of graph of motions, we need to be mindful. Again, mindful, bear in mind that okay, we only have two types of graph. One is distance time graph. Another one is speed time graph. The questions that they are asking are very similar, okay? They are asking very similar questions, but there are also different questions that they can ask between these two graphs. First of all, distance time graph. You always can expect these questions. When the thing is not moving, when you have this distance time graph, when they're asking about you, what is the durations? When the thing is not moving, then you go and find the horizontal part of the graph, just like this. This is when the thing is static, static, not moving. But when you have a speed time graph, when you have a speed time graph, when you see a horizontal line like this, then the thing is not static. It is uniform speed. Uniform speed. Okay, that is the first thing that you need to differentiate between distance time graph and also speed time graph. All right. Then what is the second thing that you need to bear in mind between these two graphs? Number two, when they ask you, what is the distance travel? What is the distance travel between these two graphs? Number one, for distance time graph, if they ask you about the distance travel, you just go and read what is the distance changes. Okay, 0 to 14. So the distance travel is 14 kilometers. Then what is the other distance travel for this graph? Is from 14 back to 0. 14 back to 0. So what is the distance travel? 14. See? If you want to find distance travel, jarak yang dilalui for a distance time graph, you just take the difference of distance, then you got it. But what is the distance for speed time graph? When you're talking about the distance for speed time graph, we talk about the shape of the polygon. The shape of the polygon here, you only will encounter three types of shape. Number one is trapezium. Number two is rectangle. Number three is triangle. This shape for speed time graph is distance. This is distance. So I try to make a proper one. This is how I write in the classroom. Because they can see my face, then this thing is meaningful for them. Here you cannot really see my face, so it's less meaningful. So for speed time graph, when you talk about distance, you talk about trapezium, you talk about rectangle, you talk about triangle. That's it. So what is distance for speed time graph? Is 1 over 2a plus b times h, which the two parallel line is AB, and then the distance between the two parallel line is h. This is distance. What is the distance for the shape of rectangle? Is the width times length. The width times length for speed time graph is distance. So what is the distance again for speed time graph? It can be a triangle. It's the base times the height, the base length times the height. So it's the 1 over 2 b times h. So this is the distance. Okay. So now you can see the difference. You can see the difference. For distance time graph, you want to find the distance, you just read the difference of distance. Okay, from 0 to 14, from 14 to 0, like that, the changes of distance. But for speed time graph, you want to find the distance, you find the area of polygon. That's it. That is the only difference. Then the rest, average speed, total distance divided by total time, average speed, total distance divided by total time. That's the only difference. And then For graph of motions, when they talk about speed, you see, these questions can come out in paper 1. They ask you, I just encountered one question like this yesterday. Yesterday, when we go through the model set paper, the model set paper asked like this. Okay, they said this one is distance. This one is time. What is represented by the gradient of this graph? This question is bonus. When they talk about distance time graph, they talk about the gradient, they talk about the speed, laju. And then I tell my student, oi, you have to anticipate this question. Oh, if it is a speed time graph, they ask you, what is the gradient represented by the graph of speed time? By this graph, then you have to know it is about acceleration. This one m equals to speed. This one m equals to acceleration. All right. So if you can have this idea, if you can have all this idea in your mind, then I can say that you are ready to go for SPM for this topic. All right. Now we go and see examples question. We go and look at the examples question. You don't worry. Later on, I will give you some bonus questions on how to use your calculator. Now, for this question, okay, they ask you, what is the changes of speed for the particle in the first 4 seconds? In the first 4 seconds, okay, the changes of speed. Changes of speed is the final speed minus the initial speed divided by time. I recommend this formula to use, okay? If you want to find the rate of change of speed, you use final speed minus initial speed divided by time. Now, students always have confusions between final speed and initial speed. They always take, this is mistake, mistake. Students always take final speed from the bigger speed. Kalau speed itu dia lebih laju, itulah dia final speed. Kalau speed itu lebih kurang, itulah initial speed. If you think like this, then it is wrong concept already. So how we put this thing right? Okay, how we put this thing right? I repeat, what is the common mistake made by the student? The common mistake that made by the student is they always think that final speed must be the bigger speed. Kalau nilai speed itu lebih besar, itu adalah final speed. If the value of the speed is smaller, then I put it as initial speed. That sometimes work, sometimes doesn't. Because your speed can go faster, your speed also can go slower. Not always bigger speed is the final speed. So how to differentiate which one is initial speed, which one is final speed is like this. When we go and read from the table, this one is, the speed is 0. This one, the speed is 12. Now, when you label the speed already, 0 and 12 already, then you have to ask yourself a question. 0 second first or 4 second first? If 0 second come first, then this one is initial. Then 4 second come later. 4 second come later. The 4th second come later. Then 12 is final. That is how you're going to differentiate initial speed and final speed. I'll give you another examples. Look at the back here. from 11 seconds to 14 seconds. How many speed you have there? You have two speed. You have 12 and you have 0. Does it mean 12 is final speed and 0 is initial speed based on the magnitude of the value? No, you cannot think like that. After you have labeled the speed inside there, 12 and 0, you have to ask yourself, 11 seconds come first or 14 seconds come first? Or you say 11 seconds come first. So this one is initial. 14 seconds come later. So 0 is final. That is how you go and avoid that mistake in your exam letter. All right. So now the final speed is 12. The initial speed is 0. The time is 4. So your acceleration will be 3 meter per second square, like that. Okay. Now, the next thing is, this one is the interesting part that I want to show it to you. Given that the distance traveled by particle P, okay, and Q in 14 seconds are the same. They are the same. I erase this one. Erase this one. Now you have two particles. Okay, first particle is traveling like this. The second particle is traveling like this. What graph is this? This one is speed time graph. Speed time graph. Okay. Speed time graph. I told you already, speed time graph, if they talk about distance, means we talk about the shape. Now, how many shape is here for the first graph? You only have one triangle. One triangle. So if you can find the area of the triangle, you can find the distance. So now the distance is, the height is V, the base length is 14. So how to find the distance? The distance is 1/2 14 times V. This one is the distance. So how about the next graph? The next graph, how to find the distance? 0 to 4, 4. 4 to 11, 7. 11 to 14, 3. So what is the height? 12. 12. What is the shape involved here? The shape involved here is triangle, rectangle, triangle. So you're going to have 1/2, 4 times 12, plus 7 times 12, plus 1/2, 3 times 12. This one is the distance. Now they said the distance is equal. The distance is equal. So this one is equal. So simple. So you try to simplify them. This one is 7V. 7V, using your calculator. 1/2 times 14 times V equals to 7V. And then this one, you use your calculator. You're going to have, this one is 24. Plus with 7 times 12, 84. Then this one is 18. Okay, 7V equals to 24 plus 84 plus 18. So you have 126. For these questions, if you have problem of solving these questions, so you don't have to worry, your calculator always can help you. You see, 7V equals to 126. The equations might be more difficult. Now I show you. 7V, your calculator don't have V, kan? So you use A lah. Any alphabet equals to 126, kan? Correct? 126. 7V equals to 126. You just key in this one into your calculator. 7A equals to 126. Then when you want to solve this, if you have difficulties on solving these questions, you can just use shift, calculate, shift, calculate. Then you will have your V equals to 18. Later on, I'll show you a few more examples of this. So 7V equals to V equals to 18. Just like that. As long as you can form the equation, then it's very easy for you to solve the problem. You can just go from here to this one. Actually, you can type the whole things of this into your calculator and then you get the answer. All right. This part is not important. Okay, it's not important. If you don't show that one also, never mind. Because the marks will go here and the marks will go here. Correct equation, they will give you marks. Right? Okay, we go and see the next question. Maybe after this, you have some questions you want to verify with me. You can chat me in the Telegram or you can personal me. I'm happy to answer to questions after this. Okay, next one. They said the speed of the particle in the first 6 seconds is 3 meters per second. So that's mean distance, okay, divide by time equal to speed lah. Speed equals to distance divide by time. Now, what is your changes of distance? Your changes of distance is to 0 to x, you see, distance. If you want to read the distance from distance time graph, you just read the changes of distance. Now the changes of distance is from 0 to x. 0 to x is x lah. How much time taken? 6. What is the speed? 3. All right. Now, same things. I show you same thing. You can use your calculator here. 3 equals to x over 6. If you have problem on this type of questions, so today is a good news for you lah. 3 equals to x over 6. See 3 equals to x over 6 like that. 3 equals to x over 6. If you have the white calculator, it's even better lah, the width. Okay, Casio 570 width, that one is even better lah, class width, that one. Then you press shift, calculate, shift, calculate. Straight away lah, they give you x equals to 18. Okay, x equals to 18. For those who don't need this function, congratulations lah. For those who need this, then you try to integrate it into your calculation. So this one is 18. Now they ask you, state the duration in seconds. You see, this is what I call as mindfulness lah. When you're talking about graph of function, a graph of motion, you think of this thing. You see, the questions is more or less there. If you want to prove me wrong, you can prove me wrong after this. You can send me text message. You say, teacher, this one, how? It's different. Sometimes the question might be a bit of different, might be a bit different, but the big scope is there already, right? So now state the durations in seconds when the particle is at rest. See, distance time graph. When the graph is in vertical form, is in horizontal form. So this one is rest. Just now I didn't say rest, right? I said static, right? Static mean rest lah. Rest mean not moving. Not moving mean no changes of distance. All this English mean the same things. So the duration in second, the particle at rest is 6 seconds to 10 seconds. So how many seconds? 4 seconds. Like that, you get 1 mark. Calculate the average speed. Average speed means total distance. Total distance divide by total time. How much time taken? 15 seconds. Now you talk about the distance. 0 to 18, 18. Here, no movement. Here, 18 to 0. So it's 18. So what is your total distance? Your total distance is 36. Your total time is 15. So use your calculator. you get your answer lah. 36 divided by 15 divided by 15. So you have 2.4 meter per second. That one is your average speed. If I put this question, if I put this calculate average speed questions into the question above, say if lah kan, if you put it into the question above, how are you going to find the average speed for, let's say, one of the particle? You see, this one is the distance traveled, kan? This one is the distance traveled, kan? Okay? You just use 1 over 2, 14 times 18. This one is the total distance traveled. And then divide by the total times. So this one will be the average speed already. This one will be the average speed already. The only difference between the questions of speed times and also distance time on the questions of average speed is how we find the distance. That's it. Okay, that's it. All right. We go for the next part. This one I want to skip. I want to skip this metric part because I have something more important to show it to you lah. Later on, I'll upload this one to Telegram. Don't worry. Okay, you look at this question. Okay, for those who feel like this question, because previously I go into one of the rural school around Cebu, not in Cebu lah. I go out from Cebu, then I go to one of the rural area. Not to say very rural lah, but they don't have quite a good access to internet. That type of place lah. Then when I first introduced this question, the student just look at me like this. I told them this question is very simple. Then they just look at me like this. Same expression that I get from my own student when I just enter the class. I tell them, student, ada banyak soalan bonus di dalam kamu punya kertas soalan itu. When I first told them like that, for my own class, most of them don't have calculator with them because they don't bother to bring calculator to class because they never know calculator is that cute. Mereka dia tahu calculator begitu comel lah sebelum kelas itu. Then when I show them, after I show them all these examples question, which I'm going to show you later on, then they really feel like, macam boleh soalan ini macam boleh Now I show you. Okay, this question, I think is quite a sure question. Definitely this question will come out like 1 or 2 question in your SPM. If not 2 question, must be 1 lah. Kalau soalan ini keluar, kamu jangan buang ini soalan lah. Kalau kamu buang satu markah ini kan, mana kamu mau cari balik satu markah ini lagi? Kan? That is what I always tell my student lah. Until now, when they are doing practice for paper 1, the class that I'm teaching now, the very poor class, they cannot do any question. They cannot do any question. Literally, they cannot do any question. I'm not making this up. Until now, they can score with their ability. I'm not talking about tembak. If they tembak, definitely higher lah. But I ask them to count how many questions they get correct, which they do it by themselves properly lah. They do. Then now they can go to 7 questions, 9 questions. I'm not saying I'm very proud of that lah, but I'm a bit proud lah. I'm not very proud, but I'm a bit proud because they can do this one already. So today I'm going to give you this question. You see that this question, for those good students, no need to tell me lah. This question is easy lah. Now I'm talking to those who feel like this question is very tough one. You see, they give you 2p minus 8 equals to 4 bracket 3 minus p. Kan? So these questions is fully calculator question. Fully calculator. You don't have to do anything. You just use your calculator and you get answer. No P, so we substitute every P with X. We substitute with X. So we're going to have 2X minus 8 equals to 4 bracket 3 minus X. Okay. Now I show you how to use calculator. See here. If you can see lah, kan? You see this one. So you just press 2x, okay, minus 8 equal 4 bracket 3 minus alpha x. Like that. Okay. The whole question in your calculator, see, the whole question in your calculator, 2p minus 8 equals to 4 bracket 3 minus p. Like that. So next, you just use shift, calculate, shift, calculate. Twice, you press. Then the answer is 3.33. Here, I have problem again. 3.33. The student will tell me, Cikgu, kamu ini menipu kah? 3.33. Where is the answer? Then did you see that? Did you see that 3.33 is a decimal number? Kan? You see this ABC, you press this ABC. Not yet the answer, kan? No answer. Then you press shift ABC, you get 10 over 3. So the answer is C lah. Right? Calculator question. Next one. Okay. 2Q minus 1 over 3 equals to 2 minus Q minus 6. So this one, no Q, we use X lah. 2X minus 1 over 3 equals to 2 minus Q. Q we don't have, so we use X minus 6 like that. All right, you key in your calculator. I key in first, then I show you. 2x minus 1 over 3 equals to 2 minus, you have to try minus 6 like this. See, you put the whole thing in the calculator like this. You put the whole thing in your calculator, then you press shift, calculate, shift, calculate. Then you get the answer lah, 5. See? The calculator straight will give you the answer. So this one you can practice it by yourself lah. So after I give this exposure to the student in the rural area, so after a few days, when I go back to the teachers and ask them, hey, how are your students doing? Did they get any benefit from the Benkel mathematics that day? Then the teacher start telling me, the student start looking for paper 1 and they start trying all these questions. You see, this is what I'm telling you. When you go to exam, you need to know what you are going to do in the exam. Okay, you cannot go to the exam, you are not expecting anything, you are not anticipating anything, you don't have proper skill go into the exam, then that is very sad things lah, kan? Now, I give you another one. Not this one, this one. Okay. This question, I tell you again, this question is a bonus question. This is a bonus question. Why this is a bonus question? Because the answer is there. Ini jawapan, 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 jawapan. But the thing is, you don't know which one is the answer. You don't know which one is the answer, but it's okay. They give you the formula, 2 cos x. And they give you all the x. You see or not? They give you all the x. The x is 0, the x is 360, the x is 180, the x is 90, the x is 270. Kan? The x is 180, the x is 90, the x is 45, the x is 0, like that. They give you all the x. So what you need to do is you need to produce the coordinate. That's it. How to produce the coordinate. Now I'm showing you how to produce the coordinate. Later on, you can try with this question by yourself. I show you one question only. So now, you key in the formula into your calculator. Okay, you look at here, 2 cos x. 2 cos x. All right? 2 cos x. What is the use of this 2 cos x? When you have the 2 cos x, means you have the equation in your calculator already. Now the next thing is to throw in the x to see whether the x correspond with the y or not. So the first x that you're going to have from all the answer is 0, you see? All the 0 is there. The x is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So first one, we're going to throw in 0 as the x in the calculator. So how to throw in x? So you press calculate. When you press calculate, mean the calculator asks you to give the value of x. So you press 0, then you press equal. What is the meaning of this process? This process means when you have 2 cos x, you put x as 0. What is the answer that they give you? The calculator give you? The calculator give you 2. When the x is 0, the equation is 2. The equation is 2 mean the y is 2 lah. The y is 2. Means you're going to have 0, 2. Which one is 0, 2? This one is 0, 2. This one is 0, 2. This one is 0, 0. This one is 0, negative 2. So this one is wrong. Okay. So now, what is the difference between the answer of A and B? The answer of A and B is 360 and 180. Kan? 360 and 180. So we go and test 180. We go and test 180. So how to test 180? We calculate. We calculate means we want to substitute the x as 180. When we substitute the x as 180, we're going to have negative 2. So the meaning of this is when your x is 180, your y is negative 2. 180 negative 2. Here. This one. 180 negative 2. So this one is 182. So which one is the correct answer? A is the correct answer. Okay, this technique, I name it as point test lah. Point test. We don't have to understand the concept behind this topic. We don't have to understand the concept behind this topic, and we can solve the problem. Of course, for you who are taking additional mathematics for this topic, and if you are really good in that additional mathematics, you don't even need to hold your calculator and you know what is the answer lah. Correct or not? Correct kan? Macam. All right. So I leave the others questions for you to try. And the last part that I want to give you first, this one is network in graph theory. Okay. I see a lot of students, they still have a lot of confusion. They still have a lot of confusion about this graph theory. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of clarifications of the ideas about graph of theories. I give you some thoughts that you can hold on to when you approach question like this. When they ask you, which one is not a network? You know what is network? Network is relation. When there are relations between one things to another things, they are network. Okay? Network of supply. Food chain network. Network in the family trees. Network from Cebu to Sarike. Network Cebu Sarike. Yalah, jalan lah. Network in the family trees, yalah, bapa, anak, datuk, cucu, auntie, nephew. That one is relationship, you know. If anything that are related to one another, there is a network. You see this, all the point is interconnected. Network. 2 point is connected. Network. Ini orang yang suka bersendiri, biarlah. See this one? 3 point is interconnected. Network. Ini individualism. No network. So A is not a network. Simple. When you talk about network, it's about relation. All right. When no relationship been established, there is no network. This one, graph mudah. This we use elimination method lah. Elimination. Maksudnya, we go and find which one does not satisfy the condition, then we throw the answer. Okay, it's easier lah. I think like that is easier. Maybe you have different ideas. So graph mudah. Graph mudah mean one doesn't been linked back to that one point. You see, Q linked to Q, linked to T, or linked to R, linked to T, and then link back to Q again. So there is an interrelationship going back. I call this return from Q, return to Q. So that one is not graph mudah. Graph mudah doesn't return. Okay, you hold on to this thought, then you can answer what is graph mudah. Graph berpemberat, weighted graph. Weighted graph, they will tell you 3 meter, 5 meter. Things like that. Any value there? No value. When there is no value, this one is not graph pemberat. Not graph pemberat, no lah. Graph terarah. What is terarah? Arrow. Do you see any arrow? Yes. So this one is graph terarah. Get it? I tell you again, simple graph that doesn't returns to the original point. Weighted graph have value on the edge. All right. The directed graph has arrow. Like that. Then the next example is how to calculate the sum of degree. If you want to calculate the sum of degree, you need to calculate from every vertex lah, like this. We talk about J, kan? Talk about J. 1, 2, and then what do you have here? You have a loop there, kan? The loop, you count it as 2. Okay, because you can go clockwise, anti-clockwise like that. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. How about K? K, you have 1, 2, 3. A loop. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A loop, you calculate it as 2 lah. J, L, 1, 2, 3, a loop. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you have 4, here you have 5, here you have 5. So you're going to have 14. I found out that you need to learn it like this lah, rather than the another way. Okay, another way, I also feel a bit confused, you know. This topic, I'm self-taught, you know. I spend a lot of time there. Every night, when student ask me question, I cannot answer, I go home and study. Student ask me question, I cannot answer, I go back and study. Until today lah, because this is a new topic, you know. I don't teach this topic for 10 years and suddenly it appear. I had to re-educate myself lah. So I found out that this method is easy to apply. 14. Next one. This one, subgraph. When you talk subgraph, this paper to one. Or maybe you can tell me this graph lah. We look at Correct. The point is there. Yeah. We have a rectangle like this, then they are interconnected. Correct or not? Rectangle like this, interconnected. Oh, betul. Ini betul. Okay. The next one. Oh, this one. Look very nice. Oh, one line, two loops. Ada kah? Ada benda ini kah? Ada. One line, two loops. Oh, ada. Ini subgraph. This one is subgraph. Why this one is wrong? Why A is wrong? You see A, betul kah? Oi, triangle betul. Line ni betul kah? Oi, betul, ada. But what is the problem? The problem is there any point here in the original graph? Don't have. So this one is not a subgraph. Subgraph, you can take any part of the graph out and then become a subgraph as long as the thing is there. If the thing is not there, it is not a subgraph. Okay? Then this one is a bit kebat lah. This one is a bit kebat because they ask you if you have 3 vertex, if you have 4 vertex, how many edges of the 3? You have to remember what is 3. 3 diagram. 3 diagram doesn't go back. You understand? 3 diagram only have what you call that? They only go out, they don't go back. Did you 3? I give you ideas lah. 3. Normally you see a leaf on the tree, kan? You ever see 2 branches grow to a same leaf? You ever see 2 branches grow to the same leaf or not? No, kan? If you don't see 2 branches grow to the same leaf, means you cannot have 2 branches grow to the same leaf lah. I give you an example based on this question. You see, 3, 4 point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 point. I grow like this, I grow like this, I go like this. Then how many edge? 1, 2, 3. Hi, teacher, how you know it's like that? Can it be like this or not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. How many edge? 1, 2, 3. Hey, teacher, can I connect here? If you connect there, you see, this is a return path already. There is a circle there already. So if you do like that, that one is not 3s already. 3s only go out, doesn't come back. So the maximum edges that you can have on the trees of 4 edges, 4 vertex is 3 edge. All right, this question is a bit kebat lah. You have to think a bit, then you can generate the answer. Okay. So the last advice I'm going to give you is like this. Focus and practice on a small scope, then go beyond. Practice on a small scope means you are really good in some topic first. Really good in some topics, then every time you practice on that topics, you can get it right. Then you go 1 or 2 topic extra in the next practice. Then like that, you can get better and better. Excellent is not doing extraordinary things. Well, I mean, you're not going to try all the hard questions only. Then you forgot about the easy questions. All right? Is you going to do the easy thing extraordinary well? Then you can become excellent. All right? I think with that, I want to end my talk today here. Madam Lina, back to you.
Okay, Cikgu Lai. Okay, thank you so much. Terima kasih. Okay, kepada Encik Lai Kian Hua. Okay, atas perkongsian yang sangat bermanfaat. Okay, sebentar tadi. Okay, a very much thank you to Cikgu Lai, right? For his wonderful and fruitful sharing just now. Okay, students, right? Now we will open the floor for the Q&A session. Okay, thank you, students. Okay, any students would like to ask questions? But before you ask the questions, all right, I need you to open your video, right? Then so that I can unmute you. All right, I can unmute you if you prefer to ask verbally. Okay. Or if you feel shy, maybe you can drop your question at the chat box there. 如果你有问题吗？好，我要用3种语言 ，OK？ 来，学生，因为我也是有看到华人在这里 ，OK？ 如果你有什么问题的话，你想问，如果你很害羞 ，OK？ 你可以打在那个信息箱那边，有什么问题想问吗？哦。我们还有一个地方是我们的 那个 YouTube，OK， we still have one more platform for today's session, that is YouTube. Let me see whether the YouTube side there have any question for our Cikgu Lai or not, right?
I see one question here. I see one question.
Okay.
Let me. They said, which part of paper 2 do you think we should focus first? Right, this question. If last year you asked me this question, for 2020, you asked me this question, I would tell you, you do this, and you will pass. All right. But for this year, to be very honest, we cannot focus what part lah. Even for myself, when I train my students, I train it on topic basis. It's not like section basis already. No, we don't like focus on paper 2, section B, section C, like that. Because why is the because? Why is the because is this year is the first year of KSSM. It's the first year of KSSM, and the questioning, how they arrange the topic in the section, we really have no ideas. Seriously, I tell you, no idea. I cannot tell you what question come out, what question come out. Even I have friends who are making the items. They are doing the items for the SPM. They also, they don't dare to say lah. But what I give you just now is what I do to my student lah. Of course, there are many more lah, because we only have 2 hours. Of course, we have certain focus, other focus. Later on, when I give you the PDF of my slide, that is more or less my focus for how to push moderate student and weak students. Okay, now the advice I'm giving to moderate and weak student lah. That is the focus that we give to our weaker and also moderate students. Mean their mark range is 60 and below lah. We do like this. What we can do is we have to be good in certain topics. For example, probability. Probability we need to study. Where does probability come out? We don't know. We seriously don't know, because section C is a very creative section. Anything can come together, become one question. Section B, more or less is like that, because it's 12-mark question. 12-mark question, so it's also more or less 10 to 12 marks question is also more or less like that. So what my advice to you is, be good on certain topic. If you are good in that topic, you don't care where does the question come out. You don't care it come out in paper 1, you don't care whether it come out in section A, B, or C. You can do the questions. Means you practice on topic basis. All right, like number base, matrices, probability, and then text, things like that. All right, depend on which topic you are good, be really good at it, and then expand from there. Okay. Kan? I think I only can give advice like that lah. Yang for the good student, you have no area of focus lah. Everything is your focus because you're aiming for A+, kan? So your strategy will be do more set. Okay, do more model set paper. And model set paper is not enough lah. It's better you try trial paper. Now when I see all the trial paper is crazily tough. I haven't used it yet. Okay, in my new school lah. Okay, I don't have that confidence yet. Seriously. Okay, but we are trying our best. Next year, maybe I can give you better answer. This year, no. No kursus yet. All right?
Okay, so this is a new format, is it? For this year?
Yes.
Okay, and then there's another question from YouTube there, the YouTube live chat. Frequency question. Kalau kita nak plotkan graf, kan dia punya paksi X skala 2 cm 10 bat. So kita perlu plot dari 0 hingga 10 ataupun ikut senarai bat.
Saya tidak berapa faham soalan kamu. Maybe because you are in the Telegram chat, right? You are in the Telegram chat. I will leave my numbers there. Later on. You can text me more specific examples. Maybe I can answer you there. Okay, I will answer there. Okay,
sure.
At least I will answer 5 questions.
Okay.
Minimum. All right.
Sure.
Next.
Thank you, Cikgu Lai.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Alex CC from the YouTube there. Okay. So later on, I will share with you the Telegram group chat just in case you haven't joined in. All right. How to do revision on insurance?
Okay, I saw that question. How to do revision on insurance is you have to do more model paper. That's it. How they're going to ask? We don't know. We seriously don't know. Some of the insurance questions can be very simple. Some of the insurance questions can be very tough. So what you can do is you cannot go and read your textbook. That doesn't work already. What you can do is you have to do the model paper. You have to try to answer the question there, or you do trial paper. Then you go and ask for answer from your teachers. That is the only way to progress in insurance now. Okay, no specific way. That you cannot memorize. You cannot try to memorize from the textbook. That doesn't work. It's all practice basis. Okay. Just like I top up a little bit. Just like what I tell you just now. When my student come and ask me question, I will ask them, what you don't know? What you don't know? Means you have to spend times on reading the questions. You read until an extent, you found out that what make you cannot do. That is your question. You have to ask your teachers, Cikgu, saya tidak boleh buat ini. Tapi soalan dia cakap begini. Then your teachers have ideas. Oh, dia tidak tahu bahagian ini. Then the teacher will teach you that part, and hopefully you can continue it by yourself. By giving you the full solution is not teaching you. To teach you is we need to know what is the problem there, which cause you cannot continue to solve it, to solve the problem. Boleh kan? Any other question?
All right. Okay, students, participants, right? Due to time's constraint, right? We almost reaching the lunch time already. We almost reached 12 noon. Okay, so feel free to join our Telegram group chat. Okay, because the teachers, okay, our expert teachers, Cikgu Lai, and then the fellow teachers, they will still be with us, okay, in the Telegram group chat, okay. If you have any question that you would like to ask, okay, feel free to ask them, all right, feel free to ask them, okay. So thank you, students, for all the questions, okay. Hopefully it will be a very helpful for your future references, okay. Hold on, I'm not too sure whether this one have to, how to do it. Okay, all right. Can see my slides or not? Okay. There's something wrong with my computer here. I cannot get rid of the black thing there. Okay, right? Apologize for the technical issue, right? Okay. Para hadirin pihak SPM e-books amat berbesar hati dapat bekerja sama dengan Encik Lai Kian Hua untuk sesi kali ini. Okay, Encik Lai, Cikgu Lai, on behalf of SPM e-books yang kedua, we truly appreciate all your sharing, okay, during the session today. As a token of appreciation, we would like to present you with the certificate of appreciation, okay. May this be enough to show you how grateful we are that you are able to slot us in your busy schedule. We know that the teachers nowadays, even like the students, they are rushing for their syllabus, and then revision class, they have extra class, okay. Even like on the weekends, I know some of the schools, okay, they are still having these extra classes. Thank you so much, Cikgu Lai. Okay, let us celebrate this collaboration, okay. I mean this cooperation, okay, by clicking the applause icon in the reaction option, okay, to thank you Cikgu Lai, right? Okay, bagi pihak RIAMTEC, saya mengucapkan berbanyak terima kasih dan setinggi-tinggi penghargaan kepada yang dihormati Encik Lai Kian Hua, pengetua-pengetua sekolah ataupun guru-guru dan pelajar-pelajar sekalian, okay, atas kehadiran tuan-puan pada hari ini, okay. But students, don't go first, right? Okay. This group photo session, I think we have about so many of us here, okay. It's very hard for us to get the group photo, right? So I will just skip this part, okay. Then this one, the most important one, how do I do this? Okay, students, take out your phone, okay, scan here for attendance certificate. You have come so far, okay, you woke up so early this morning just to attend this wonderful, okay, so how to say, so good for you, I mean so beneficial, okay. It is a very beneficial class for you this morning, right? So scan this and you can obtain an attendance certificate, okay. Already, students? Done? Remember to scan, yeah? Okay? This is dedicated, specially dedicated to those early bird. I mean, like for those of you have joined us today, you made it, right? Okay? Already? Okay. Okay. Done? I can't see you all because I'm not too sure whether you have done or not. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Then I will just move on. All right. Wow. Last but not least, we save the best for the last. Right. Okay. Lucky draw session. Okay, let me share with you another screen. Okay, before I share, I need to check. I need to open up a window first. Okay. Wow, there are so many of you here. Okay. Hold on. Before the event, we keep on telling, inform the students, the participants, please go to our SPM 2.0. Okay. Hold on. 2.0. There are 500 500 of you, okay, who have registered for this eBoost 2.0. Okay. Let me copy down. Can see or not? I might adjust copy first. I copy down here. Please stay tuned. If we announce the name, then you have to identify yourself, all right? If not, we will redraw again, okay? Please give me a bit of time, yeah? So many. Copy, okay? Can see or not? Right. Then we go to this part. See who is the lucky winner, okay? Okay, shuffling a bit, okay? Shuffling. All right, okay, are you ready, students? See who is the lucky winner of the day, okay, of this morning. So we will have 3 draw, okay, 3 draw, right? Okay. Who is this? Renai Jocelyn, is she here? Renai Jocelyn, are you here? Screen have a little bit blur. Oh, okay. Because there are too many names here. Renai Jocelyn, are you here? If not, I will redraw again, no? Okay, let's do shuffling, and then I just quickly draw a second time. Jacinta, Tati, anak Victor, Menggong, congratulations to you. Okay, are you here with us? Oh, Jacinta, congratulations to you. Okay, please kindly contact me back, all right, so that we can further arrange, okay, the lucky draw voucher for you. Okay, this is my number. Okay, you can contact me, Auntie Lina here. Okay.
Yeah, that's all for my presentation.
Okay, another one.
Thank you for.
I shuffle again. Okay. Okay, one more time. Congratulations, Azru. Azru, are you here with us? Azru. Azru Rizal being Sunny. Congratulations to you. Could you please identify yourself at the chat box there? Okay, remove. The last one, okay, the last one, right? Okay, Yong Shu Wen. Is Yong Shu Wen here? Yong Shu Wen. Congratulations. No worries, Alexander. Okay, maybe you join back. You join back this afternoon. Okay. We will have another lucky draw session again, okay, for this afternoon session, right? Yong Shu Wen, I am at this CC from YT. Okay, all right. Due to time constraint, I don't want to waste any more time, right? So please identify yourself or contact me, okay? If you know that you already got this, you won the lucky draw, lucky draw, okay, voucher, okay? Please contact us, all right? Quickly contact us. If there is only one, because like Jacinta, if Yong Shu Wen or the rest, okay, we cannot contact them, then we will redraw again, and we will post this video on our YouTube, or maybe we will send the results to you all, okay? Send the result to you all, like the video, we will draw again, and then we will record it, and then we will send it to you, so that you know this is true one, okay, not just picked by us like that. All right, okay. So, and now, okay, let me share again the certificate. I would like to share again the certificate of the attendance, just in case some of you haven't, okay, you haven't scanned it, all right, for the attendance, okay. Can see or not the QR code here, right? While I do the closing marks, all right? And now the ceremony has come to its end, okay? Once again, thank you everyone for gracing our ceremony, okay? Not ceremony, this session, this wonderful session, okay? With your presence, okay? We truly appreciate it, all right? On behalf of the organizing committees, okay, I would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes throughout the event. Okay, akhir kita jumpa lagi untuk bengkel ulang kaji SPM e-boost at Maths. Okay, matematik tambahan pada petang nanti. Okay, jam 2:30. Okay, 2:30. Okay, petang nanti. Okay. Science students, all right, join back us later, okay, in the afternoon, right, for mathematics tambahan, okay. So I end my duty as the informal moderator. I am the casual moderator for today's event, okay. With all the best to you all, right? Let me share with you our video, okay? And thank you very much and see you soon. Located in Miri, a coastal city in northeastern Sarawak on the island of Borneo, RIAM Institute of Technology, RIAMTEC, commands strong local presence. RIAMTEC Government Institute of Higher Learning by the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia in 2003. A-levels in RIAMTEC is administered by Cambridge International Examinations. Our alumni have entered into the top Asia university ranking in Malaysia, Singapore, China, USA, Ivy League, UK Russell Group University and top-notch university in Ireland. The MQA diploma programs are Automotive Engineering, Electronic Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Occupational Health and Safety, Hotel Management, and Digital Marketing. Also, Business Honours Degree and Accounting Honours Degree. The TVET programs are Automotive Electrical, Culinary Arts, Patisserie, Aesthetic Beauty Therapy, Electronic and Electrical Installation. With a strong emphasis on applied learning, all our programs are well equipped with practical labs or studio located at the TVET building. Our on-campus hostel and basement car park provide a conducive and safe study environment for students. We welcome you to RIAMTEC.
RIAMTEC